environmentalist, singer, an artist, Spider-Man without really much. I try to do some spider stuff every now and then, but I'm disabled, so it just comes off like super awkward. And I'm limping right now because I was illegally locked out of my apartment. Now the narrative keeps changing, it keeps changing. Now it's there's dirt on keys, and that dirt that logs into the keyhole, and that's what locked it in that position. That would make sense if that would make sense if the keyhole wasn't upside down. The keyhole was upside down. Tell me when dirt can do that. When dirt can reverse gravity or reverse magnetism and push it all the way up in a completely different position than lockable or unlockable position, then we can have that conversation. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume someone can't put my life. Because I find it really odd, but one day I'm like, I love my body, and even though I don't want to expose myself, I have to say to myself, I love my body because I'm the one that has to live in it. I'm the one who has to walk around, see this place, and it doesn't matter how beautiful or how ugly you are. You have to love what you have because you come to cities like Los Angeles and you see people who are beautiful, absolutely stunning, and congratulations to you. Congratulations that you were that beautiful. And then you see them on television and you just you feel inferior because you don't have as much clothes, you don't have dramatic lines to deliver when you have clothes that are less than like carpet worthy. You shouldn't feel inferior. So instead of feeling inferior, why not celebrate who you are? Why not wear skin tight suits? I wore a Spider-Man uniform. I was a suit. But anyway, I wore a Spider-Man suit and I just walked around. Why? Because I'm 140 pounds because of all the stress of living in Los Angeles, and I've been anorexic for as long as this PTSD from military sexual trauma has happened to me, and it's just deal with my oppressors, and I have to call it that way because she was just making me illegal with this, but I was sexually abused by female master Miranda, and ever since I've just had a stay away from me kind of approach. And that usually functions just fine. Of people can pick up a vibe and they don't come near me, they don't sit near me, and keep me space to do stuff. Can't really do that in practice. I get that. But I did notice a pattern of people taking advantage of that and trying to talk to me, people taking advantage of that and trying to talk to me in public transportation. And that's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Look, there are times when I see attractive people on LA Metro and I'm gonna, reach out and say, what you doing tonight? Hey, I wanna be
I want to, but I know that it's not what people come on to the train for. I mean, some people do that and it's well received and they live happily ever after. Good for you. Good for you if you found a way to sexually harass someone into a qualifiable date. I mean, you can consider that charm, you can consider that skill if you can pull something like that off. I'm just going to call it creepy. I'm going to call it creepy when you try to pick someone up on a bus or train. I fantasize about the way things used to be, where you could have done that. You could, in a nice 1950s, 60s kind of neighborhood, you know, ride the same bus over and over and over. I love this story. I really do. I'm a romantic. I love this story of you ride in the same bus, or you sit in the same restaurant, and you're always one seat apart, and then one day that seat is taken where you normally sit, so you have to sit next to each other, and then you start talking, and then years go by, and so much love, and just it's an amazing story. But I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. So that has to be somebody else's life, somebody else's experience. Because after what I've gone through, I'm not gonna have it. I don't want people to talk to me on public transportation. I don't want to be groped on public transportation, and I certainly don't want to be assaulted. And on Sunday, I was assaulted by a Latino, and I won't shut up about this because I'm transgender and I shouldn't be shamed for my gender expression. I shouldn't be shamed in any way of how I dress, what mannerisms I use, what pronouns I use, how beautiful I am, how stunning my cheekbones are, and how nice it would be if I just shaved. But I refuse to because, I'm shaving for a date night with a fictional character who may show up. But if that person does not show up, I will not hold it against them because, like I said, I'm trying to date a fictional character from a very popular show that I really do like this person, and I write them poetry. Really slutty poetry, which I hope they fancy because I really did my best. I really tried. But like I said, I'm going to go see Captain America: Brave New World. It's a premiere of a new Marvel film. And I know I was ranting earlier. I was in a lot of pain. Okay, first of all, I have a concussion. Second of all, I'm limping. And third, it is like rain weather, and I'm worried about my dog because, she's just been up for 4 days straight. She's not a normal dog. She's more of a military service dog than a regular service dog. But that's neither here nor there. Hi, CT. Hi. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the podcasts, but I spent the day seeking justice. I don't know why I said it like that. Super weird. And I'm supposed to be eating, so let me start some of that. Oh, great. Orientation locked. Yeah, so City Hall wouldn't let me in because I was wearing a Spider-Man suit, and I was saying I wanted to speak to the office of the mayor. Now, I can't wait to subpoena that bitch and just say, I couldn't come and see you in my finest. I couldn't come and see you in a Spider-Man suit. I really couldn't. You that bougie that you need to have me in a suit and tie? Because we will do the suit and tie when I see your ass in court over how your city is run in a way that you let the Latinos run fucking rampant in their own fucking area and say, well, we feel kind of bad for how America fucked you out of lands that should be yours. So what we're going to do is we're going to say at a certain point, that's just you. Police it, run it the way you want. And I say, as a Latino, thank you. Thank you so much. Until there's the fact that Latinos are trying to assault transgender people, and have assaulted me. it's just not cool. It's not cool that I know. I'm looking at myself in the mirror of this screen right now and saying, "Damn, didn't they like bake my ass in the sun for like the last 4 days? Because I'm not seeing any of it." I mean, this is one of the reasons why I don't really want to shave, but I kind of have a date tomorrow with a fictional character who probably won't show up. But if he did, I want him to see me without my beard and see how cute I am, and hopefully he feels the same way. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. I'm a teenager in love with this hunky fireman. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that I just really like him. I have to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me likes having a beard. I like being a bearded bro, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel tomboyish when I have a beard because I'm so light and effortless, and I'm a gymnast, even though I'm a disabled American veteran, but I'm a gymnast. And I don't know, the beard just seems super fucking awkward when you literally have super agility, when you're not limping because of being locked out of your apartment for 4 days straight. Trying to get any of this food open, but good grief. I'm so hungry. No, fuck it. I'll eat that later. Try to get some food into me. Mm. Hey, Cheerio. Good to see you in the chat. I'll have to check out what your profile picture is. Normally I eat fish and chips, but I haven't been back since the whole bait and switch thing that they keep doing. I don't know what the fuck is going on with LA, because LA is trying to say, can you just get over the whole all women are bad thing? Because it just makes you seem like this misogynist jerk. And I say to them, weren't you the same bitches who said to Bill Crosby, weren't you like roofing some hoes? And therefore, me too, hashtag me too, all men are jerks, all men are pigs. Weren't you the same people who said that? Because I think you were. Now, I agree with you that those people who did that were pigs. I'm not in that category. But can you see it from my perspective that I was serving the United States Air Force to protect everyone's civil liberties, their freedom, and this bitch, Master Sergeant Miranda, tried to force a sexual act upon me, sent me to the hospital. Then I come back to the civilian world, and I've had several examples of crazy women, either assaulting me or trying to grope me. Now, I've also had women who just ignored me, respected my boundaries. I appreciate women who do that. They understand what life is. But some have done that. And my policy is, if I don't explain to you how to behave around me, then that's on me. If I don't tell you, I need you to respect yourself by keeping your distance. I need you to keep your hands at your sides. I need you to not make sexual comments to me. The reason why I have been so vocal at the VA is because when I asked for this cell phone that I'm using right now from the VA, this social worker there took me to an enclosed room, not that far off from the main waiting room. And she said to me, "You know, you're really handsome. Have you considered being an actor?" If she said that to another veteran, or maybe someone outside of anything to do with veteran care, maybe that person would have just let that wash right over their head and said, "You a thirsty bitch, but that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, Jaden." But instead of that, I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. So I straight up told her, that's uncomfortable. I'm just here to pick up a cell phone. Can you just let me have a cell phone so I can make emergency calls without telling me I'm beautiful or handsome? I know I'm beautiful or handsome, but I don't need to hear that from you. And I think it's inappropriate for you to tell me that when I'm trying to ask you for help. Like, I'm coming to you for help and you're trying to sexually harass me. So I went and I spoke to her supervisor. I filed a complaint with the VA patient care because it's a small, innocuous thing. She didn't put her hands on me, but we were in a tight, enclosed area, and she is trying to put moves on me with a statement like that. I found that to be inappropriate. So I spoke up then, and I encourage you, as my fans, my people that are on this journey with me. If anything makes you uncomfortable whatsoever, no matter what the situation, no matter what the gender, whatever is going on, if you feel uncomfortable, you speak up. Anything can give you stress when you refuse to speak up about it. Same thing with riding the bus or the train. I'm very happy that I have enough rides with the life program that if need be, I can disembark from a bus. Usually the weather here is so plain and expected that I just can get off the bus. If I feel crowded, if I feel upset, I really do have to think in my head sometimes, yeah, you know what, I could just get off the bus. Oh, thank you, Jaden, for asking if I'm okay today. Uh, it's rough. It's rough because I have this movie premiere to go to tomorrow, and I'm operating on no sleep. I'm operating on I wasn't eating enough because I'm anorexic and I'm stressed, and everyone who's going to go to this is going to be at the perfect level, and I'm just going to be less than perfect. And I'm a perfectionist. I really wanted to look my best for the movie premiere of Captain America Brave New World. But how can I do that when I just I don't look that handsome? And it's supposed to be a date with a fictional character from a very popular show, that hunky fireman. And like I said, if the character showed up, not the actor, because I have no idea who that person is, but if the character happened to show up for a date, what would I do? And I say this as a disabled American veteran. I'm just I'm lost. I'm mentally challenged because of everything that I've been through. So I can enjoy a nice fantasy of having a date with with anyone, because I haven't had a date really properly since I came back from the military. Haven't haven't been able to connect with anyone who would be willing to put up with this level of stress. Oh, that's really nice to hear, Jaden. Sometimes you never know the depths of kindness and friendship that with within all of us just needs a moment to shine. I appreciate everyone in the chat, all of my fans who've stuck with me throughout all of this. And most of my podcasts have been super, super angry and everything, but it's better to talk about it. It's better to get out your anger. And I say that to everyone, even the people who are more angry than they should be. I would prefer that you do it in a safe way, like get it out on X, get it out on social media, because there's usually a solution for it. And sometimes by speaking it out loud, you can find a solution. And besides, just knowing that there are other people out there who support you, who care about you, can be enough to say, today is terrible, but tomorrow is another day. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you. I know I'm super, super weird, and I I would love to say that I'm completely ignorant and I'm not aware of what's going on. I'm very aware that Los Angeles is trying to say you are appreciated here, but sending someone to assault me isn't exactly a hug. Like I really wouldn't say that his arms were coming around me to hug me. I felt blows. I felt blows about the head, so I don't really consider that love. But legitimately, the fight was comical. The dude fought like he was in Street Fighter. There was a button lag when he was fighting. Like, he would throw a punch and then be like, and what would you like to do? I don't even know how to respond to any of this. Like, I really want to request the video of the attack just so I can have it on my channel and just say, what the fuck is this? I, I've I'm at a loss for words. I don't understand. I don't understand this city at all. Like, it wasn't a flurry of attacks. It was one punch, one kick, and then he waited. I don't know. I've tried all throughout the day to try and speak to the police, and once again reaffirm what I can do legally, because what I really wanted to do was just say, I'm going to yeet you from here to the next county and then see if you can fly and be airborne. But that is not exactly something you should say, really. But the moment's passed, so I mean, that circumstance is 100% over now. So I could say whatever the fuck I want about it. And for the next time, I've spoken to several officers, and they all say the same exact thing. You know, within reason, within the letter of the law, you can do anything to defend yourself, defend yourself. I mean, if you just start attacking people, you're an asshole. So I know, CT, bro, hit a little lag while in real life. It was so funny and it was so weird because I had just watched on YouTube Family Guy, and Peter was fighting against the the Asian character, and the Asian character brought him into the E Honda arena for Street Fighter, and just the animations were so slow, and that's what it reminded me of. But I wasn't at my best, and this dude, I felt sorry for him. So I was like, I guess we have to fight. I mean, I'm gonna protect myself, protect my life. I like living, but I don't have to be a savage over it. Oh, and I did use some martial arts. I am very happy to say that blocking is something you should learn. And just having versatility is something you should learn, especially in fighting. Because I was severely handicapped. I'm a handicapped American veteran. I shouldn't even be in this position. But you see, this is why I don't really like living in Los Angeles, because Los Angeles is designed for people who want to go outside and want to. And I like going outside too. It's just I don't really like going outside in Los Angeles, because every time I go outside in Los Angeles, shenanigans, shenanigans. That's all I can say. Yeah. Regular people, they. I know, I know. I was at that point because I'm a military veteran. I mean, I can't give them any credit for turning me into a killer. Um, I can't give them any credit for that, but there's that switch that goes off that says, dude, this fight's been going on for too long. I'm gonna have to finish you. And so I did at the same exact time as the conductor said, can you just get up, you get off the train, get off the, and I'm like, can you just let the police handle it? And the police are never there. That's what I'm beginning to notice when it comes to LA, is that the police roll up right after the criminal has fled the scene, and then they go, do you know which way he? It's like an episode of Dora the Explorer. Show us on the map where the attacker went. Aw, thank you, Jaden. I appreciate that. Like, my whole thing is I'm not a super popular musician, or I refuse to do any acting gigs whatsoever, voice acting, anything at all. I refuse to do any of that because, number one, I'm a disabled American veteran, and two, I'm supposed to be an astronaut, I'm supposed to be an engineer. I mean, I talk about engineering all the time. It's who I am. Other people can act. They can put themselves in roles and things like that. Good for them. I want to go to Mars. Change.org/genius to Mars. I really have to reintroduce the proposals again. Thank you, Jaden. You know, it's hard to choose who to make a subscription to because every subscription means to me that someone is investing in hearing your story, investing in your truth. And my truth is ugly. It's it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to hear how the American government coordinated a sexual abuse of an active serviceman. It is uncomfortable to know that that is the length that they will take to hurt a person, to dissuade them from reaching for anything. I was reading a calculus textbook. Is that worth sexually abusing me over? I don't think so. But I live in America and they think so. That's a big problem. And right now, my head hurts. I have a concussion from that Latino assaulting me. Even with his lag. Street Fighter. Oh, of course, Jaden, come back anytime. I keep doing these podcasts, so you'll see me when you see me. And as always, I wish you the best. Make sure you're doing your homework. No matter where you are, no matter what's going on, do your homework. You hear me? All right. You have a good one. It's hard. It's hard because I saw someone out of the corner of my eye as I was leaving the Whole Foods, and they had on a Patriots. Now I know it's like some sort of sporting team and things like that, but I I think about things deeply. I think it probably is because I'm Asian. Asians just think more deeply. I mean, the language is designed specifically to go, huh. Squiggly lines, but I mean, it's all designed to say, huh. I mean, I say it with all due respect because, like, when you have 10,000 characters and between the hiragana, the katakana, the kanji, you know, it's a lot. And then even within it, multiple meanings within everything. Numbers have meanings, everything. I love that. I'm envious of it. I'm envious of it because it subconsciously teaches them to be aware, to see things on multiple levels, see through things that when you live in America and they tell you, you speak English here. Okay, Grandpa. No, learning a different language, learning about other cultures only makes you a stronger person. Maintaining your cultural identity while living in America is super important. I had a father who lived his indigenous life the best way he could while still maintaining that nice American facade that made him likable by every single one of his co-workers. Oh my God, they see that stupid fucking concussion. I don't have the phalatus to say words correctly. Co-workers, not cocoa workers, or coconutters, or whatever. I'm I'm so ashamed that my brain is so damaged right now because a Latino assaulted me in East Los Angeles. Oh. But I have to stay strong. I have to try and get my strength back. I have that movie premiere to go to. And possibly a date. Like I said, if that hunky fireman wants to meet me as a character, and show up and see the person who's been writing love poetry about you, I'll be available. Otherwise, I totally get it. If you don't feel the same way, I completely understand. I'll be super sad, but I understand. Hi, Clint. Sorry I wasn't there earlier. As you can tell from that particular podcast, I was just super angry. Mostly granola. I should be eating properly. I wanted to eat a fucking waffle, but for some reason it just disappeared from my bag. I know. People in the entertainment business should not eat carbs ever. But I'm feeling low right now and I like I like waffles. Do you like waffles? Do you like pancakes? Do you like French toast? do. But anyway, I came in the door and the waffle was gone. So, womp womp. But I mean, the good news is I can just buy another waffle some other time. That's a difficult question, CT. I say my favorite place to eat is my kitchen because I love to cook. I love when I design a new recipe and then I perfect it over time and it becomes consistent and I recognize the flavors and I can build upon it. Hi, Pixelated. I'm finally back in my apartment. I know I'm still wearing the scrubby gear. Like this hat I picked up off the floor of the street, but brings out the color of my eyes. So, and so does the shirt. Like, what is with this fashion? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, sometimes you just have to wear a hat. I prefer not to. I always subscribe to Graham Norton, who's a talk show host back in England, and he was ragging on the guy from A Quiet Place over wearing a hat because his significant other, his wife, is so beautiful. And most women don't wear hats because they spend so much money on their fucking hair that it's almost an antithesis to just say, I'll just shove a hat on top of it. But now I'm of the mindset of no, you need to wear hats. You need to wear hats not because you don't care about your appearance and whatever, but you want to be cognizant that your hair in and that's is it's not good. I mean, it feels good until, it starts knocking some of the elements out of alignment in your DNA. I mean, we keep saying, dude, you go gray. I'm like, I guess you would go gray from stress and from being in the sun too much. Being in the sun too much can bleach your hair, which is why my hair is red. I don't have black hair. I have red hair. Oh, Jaden, if you ever want to donate to this channel, there's my Patreon in the description. If you want to donate, it's a safe way to donate, and it's one of the things I'm going to talk about in future podcasts. I need to get a permit to perform in Santa Monica for this year if I'm going to be doing any events in the area. So I'm going to ask my fans if they can contribute so I can get that done. I should be leaving LA to go to Canada and just leave America altogether, but I'm so angry at them. I'm so angry at Los Angeles. And the only thing I think I can do is rob them of pollution, rob them of poor health, and make them happy and healthy. Because I think that's the biggest FU that you can give a person, is to remove all the things that make them to be such horrible people. And Los Angeles is a horrible city. So I will do everything in my power to remove what I consider to be the main reasons why you are a disgusting fucking city, namely the pollution. I should be doing a tour of America. I'm going to do my first tour in Canada because I want all my fans to experience how beautiful Canada is. So my first tour has already been planned for Canada. Although somehow, once I get a venue and enough tickets sold, if you're in this chat and you are a subscriber, I will send you tickets. I will fly you out there, and that's a promise. If I have a sold out arena in Toronto, Vancouver, Quebec, I'm going to give away some free tickets to my subscribers. CT, as I try and open this drink. Speak your mind. I have every right to answer or refuse. Just how things are. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. But when you talk about how much is enough, I have to say, when it comes to being abused by an entire county, as I have been for the last 3 years, I say I've been abused enough. And I should just run away and run away and run away and just say, well, fine, you never loved me anyway, and blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just really, really petty about it. And I say I'm just going to fight in the way that I know how to. So I will be removing the pollution from Los Angeles. I will be cleaning those streets. I will be taking the homeless and putting them in housing, because I'm sick and tired of them clogging up my metro system when they should be in homes. So, yeah. Turn that anger into something useful. Turn it into something beautiful, something constructive. Just because people are rude or come at me with violence doesn't have to turn me into a violent person. I will be a violent person as I defend myself, but I don't have to live my life in hate. And I know that I keep talking about Latinos, but I am Latino. So I'm going to criticize the fuck out of my own people because I'm transgender. So I should be a part of the community. I'm not saying everyone has to accept me, but the way that I've been treated these past years by the Latino community has not been reflective of their marketing strategy of saying Latin and then adding an X to it. So, which is why I started just calling them Latinos again. That's all you are to me. You're just Latinos, because you can't call yourself Latin and then add something to it and then say, oh yeah, we're cool with transgender people. We're cool with non-binary. Then prove that. And I know that's a lot to ask, because I'm asking individual people, not a culture, individual people to be accepting. That doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen over a decade. That takes generations to accomplish. I understand that. I'm still going to ask for it. I'm still going to be that person who says America has to grow the fuck up and recognize that when you started it with a bunch of weird Caucasian people who couldn't hack it in Europe, so they went all the way to America. You stole these lands from the Native Americans slash First Nation indigenous people who were there already. And now there are people of multiple cultures, religions, and gender identities. That's just what America is now. You have to accept that. And people of the LGBTQ, people of color, e- even poor white people have to wake up and say, you will respect me in this country. It doesn't matter what color you are. And I know I talk about color and race and everything. White people are downtrodden too. White people are being taken advantage of. Both rich and poor. White people are suffering too. Not as much, but look, there's enough suffering and oppression to go around for all of us. I just feel like, as a person of color, I got an extra helping of it. Uh, I don't know. I'm trying to be the better person than the people around me. Because it's really easy to fall into a cycle of hate, 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 hate. Like I said, I don't hate the Latinos. I'm just going to hold up a mirror and say, you assaulted your own people. By assaulting me, you assaulted your own people. Trying to get some food into me. So, while I keep waiting on my veteran benefits, I guess I kind of have to go on the offensive and start doing some community outreach programs in order to transform this city and do some LGBT visibility. Because as much as I don't want to be the transgender mascot of the county of Los Angeles has to realize that the transgender citizens that live, love, fuck, work, and exist in this county are a vital part of the community. So I would love to just shut myself in my fucking apartment and never come out. But I was told that I have enough metro whatever to travel around, pretty much do what I normally do my podcast within reason, obviously. I really dislike being that person on the bus of the train going, the government this, the government that. Like, nobody really wants to hear that, but I don't really want to hear your conversations on the bus or train either, so I guess now we're both even. I mean, Los Angeles keeps doing these exposure therapy experiments and saying, no matter where you go, I mean, you're going to see women, you're going to see, people who remind you of your PTSD. You can't freak out all the time. It's like, no, I won't freak out, but if I'm being violated in a physical way and not just an intimidation way, if somebody assaults me or gropes me, that crosses a criminal threshold, a legal threshold that I am entitled to defend myself within reason. So I guess if I freak out, I freak out. If I don't freak out, I don't freak out. But keep your hands to yourselves, LA. I'm just telling you that now. As I nibble and graze and stare at myself. It's something I don't normally do. But like I said, I have this movie premiere to go to tomorrow. I have tickets to see Captain America Brave New World. I haven't seen a Marvel film since Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't really gone to the movies since my PTSD event in 2018. Except with a trusted family member. Really. It's just way too stressful. So I have to get some rest. And I don't know. I'm supposed to, stay in and just play some video games, but because of the concussion, I'm having a little trouble with photosensitivity. So that means I can't really play video games during it, and I really shouldn't be staring at a screen because the screen flickers, and the flickering gives me a worse headache. But I can't stay silent on the things that have been going on here. I can't stay silent because I want to be an example to my fans and to fellow Americans like myself who are disgruntled. But being disgruntled doesn't allow you to turn to criminality. It doesn't allow you to be a jerk about things. When you have a chance to take a step back, take a deep breath, and think of another avenue that is both legal and more rewarding toward justice, please take that instead. Because it is extremely enraging. And I knew this is why I went to City Hall, because I knew they were going to choose something to like say, oh, will you freak out? Will you freak out? So we have a reason to arrest you or kick you out of this building. So when I walked into City Hall, Latina woman right there in the front eating a yogurt, and I'm like, bitch, I love yogurt too. We can talk. I didn't have PTSD. But she sees me in my lovely, spectacular Spider-Man outfit. And she just turns around and just tells the other security guard, you gotta come here and deal with this. And I politely say, I want to speak to the office of the mayor because I'm a transgender person who's been physically attacked by the Latino community twice. And I think that there's a huge issue that we don't have enough police coverage to handle that area where Latinos are attacking the transgender community. And they said, no, go to this office. No, that's county. Just go to this office over there. You can't come in here. You can't come in here. That's the attitude that they have. And the whole time, the female security guard is just like, just eating her yogurt, going, I love the drama. I love the little power trip that I get that I can tell people no. It's like, well, I can say no too. I can say no to having a fight with you over this when I can ask a lawyer to subpoena that fucking bitch queen and say, come to court. Come to court. Come to court, Karen Bass. Come to court so I can ask you why you don't have police at that station when you know these Latinos have been acting up. You know these Latinos have been acting up. Why don't you have police there? Why don't you have a working call button so the security can go through there? Why don't you have security on the trains themselves when you know that you need to because there's crime in that area? Hmm? Are there homeless doing drugs on your trains? Isn't that your job to enact laws and at this point put fucking metal detectors at every single one of these stops and railways and say, no, 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 we can't have open air. We can't have just open access things anymore because you act like animals. And I know that's really, really hard to say. And I will say that because, yeah, it is nothing but animalistic behavior to see someone who's transgender and to say that because you are a different gender expression, that it empowers me to use violence against you. That is what the Latino community is saying in East Los Angeles. I will not allow that. So I will ask my lawyer to subpoena Mayor Karen Bass to come into court so she can explain herself. Because I wanted that explanation from her office of why transgender people are being attacked in Los Angeles in 2025. If you're not willing to give me that answer right then and there, fine. Let's do it in court. Because you know what? When we do it in court, we both go through the metal detectors. You have your team of lawyers. I'll have my team of lawyers. I'll invite the press. I'll be looking so nice against this dusty old bitch who sit up in that fucking castle and is gonna tell me, nah, can't come. You can't come into the office right now. It's like, fine, come into court then. Come into court, because I'm gonna call you fucking out for this, because you didn't do this. You didn't hit me. But by your policies, by the budgets you sign, LA County at the far end of it has no protection whatsoever for the LGBTQ. I'm LGBTQ. I'm transgender. Equal protection under the law. It is not equal protection under the law if the Latino community does not have police presence. It just isn't. And you want to consider that not part of city of Los Angeles per se? We can squibble and squabble about that. Either way, Metro runs through the city of Los Angeles and the county of Los Angeles. Since it covers both, and since all of these hate crimes have been on the LA Metro, it kind of falls under you. So come to court. Come to court. I'm gonna subpoena you. And then you'll have to show up at court. I'll see you in court. And that's how you handle it. So I'm glad I put myself through that. I put myself through that because I want people in this chat to realize that sometimes the government will tell you no. Like sometimes the government will tell you, get out of here, or, you don't have the right to say that. It's like, the fuck I don't. Let me explain how America really works. Okay? If I'm not being loud enough, I will use the appropriate legal means to turn up the volume of my argument. I can speak to Mayor Karen Bass directly, and whatever. I was gonna be civil. I'm gonna be like, bitch, you like tea? Because I'm gonna spill the tea on what's gonna happen when transgender people are being attacked in Los Angeles. They're not gonna be attacked anymore. I want people in my chat to learn from what goes on with this struggle that I'm having. I want them to learn that you keep trying, you keep going. And don't let these people get under your skin, don't let them get into your head. How passive aggressive it is to, see her sit and just enjoy her little lunch. I'm like, enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your lunch. I'm going to sue your county. And when the county has to pay me for the concussion that I sustained because they didn't have a leash on that Latino dog for selling drugs and trying to sell drugs to me, that enabled him to be within any feet of the LA Metro. And I don't actually think he paid for the fare to go on to the LA Metro. So, yeah, when LA has to pay for me and my restitution and my medical bills and expenses to compensate for a concussion that I'm suffering through right now, guess what? There will be some budget cuts. And the first thing they're gonna cut is your fucking job, bitch. That's what they're gonna do. Just cut your job. Bonuses that year? I don't think there will be bonuses for this year. The city has to pay out. Pay me for what I've been through. Pay me as a transgender American citizen who has their civil rights infringed upon by the County of Los Angeles. I'll see you in court. You know how beautiful it is as a person of color to say, I could be yelling, I could be just very, very ghetto about this. And you could see it comes out a little bit in me. Look, I've lived in America for how long? And sometimes I do American accents just for shits and giggles. Because sometimes they say things that are just so funny that, as English as I am, I have to just adopt it because it's just a more clever way of expressing yourself. I admit it. But it feels good to do things within the letter of the law, because sometimes the law is on your side. I am the wronged victim here. That's all. I would rather not be a victim, but I am the wronged victim. And LA County has done several things that show criminal negligence. So besides the civil case, I can actually pursue a criminal one. I can press charges. I see you, Los Angeles. I see you. So I'm very, very proud of my heritage. As I said, Latinos are descended from the Aztecs, Incas, the Mayans, clever people. Know your history. This is Ian Iliana of I Hate LA, Love Me Anyway. I will do another podcast later on today. I might do a quick sing-along. I don't know. If I feel up to it. I will see everyone later.